I understand your parents are fed up with you talking about these JPEGs that you're selling for hundreds or thousands of dollars at the dinner table. They're ready to kick you out of the basement because all you do is talk about NFTs nonstop. You want your daily dose of more information to make more of those gains, so your parents hopefully kick you out soon so you can go get your own place. If you're one of those people, welcome. Guys, in today's video, we have a lot to talk about. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how Bored Ape YUGALABS has acquired Cryptopunks and LARVALABS Meebits. This is probably the most insane news that the NFT space has received in a very long time, and also could provide implications in the future for the longevity of the NFT space, as well as rivaling blue chip NFTs. In this video, I'm going to be diving into anything and everything I know about this current situation. So enough yapping from me, let's get right into it. You can see some big news to share today. Yuga has acquired the Cryptopunks and Meebits collection from LARVALABS, and the first thing we're doing is giving full commercial rights to the NFT holders, just like we did for Bored Ape Yacht Club and Mutant Ape Yacht Club owners. So essentially, when you had your punk, you owned your punk, but you couldn't necessarily have the commercial rights like you do with the Bored Apes. How you see individuals coming out with specific merchandise for their own specific Bored Ape or Mutant Ape, or creating some type of physical artwork for their Mutant Apes, their Bored Apes. Now, because LARVALABS never gave commercial rights to their punks or Meebits holders, now those Meebits holders and punk holders can actually do something with the NFT they own in the physical world. It's just not some online identity anymore. They have a lot of freedom to do anything and everything they want, and that provides a lot of opportunity, both financially, in terms of connections, networks. It really opens up the landscape for what these people can do with their NFTs now. Bored Ape startup plans virtual land sales. ApeCoin token to kickstart metaverse gaming project. The rumor has always been that Bored Apes are coming out with their own token, such as like a play to earn staking token. We have seen this with projects such as CyberCon's Genesis, Space Game, Cool Monkey. We've also seen it with Creeps. It's very interesting to see that Bored Ape, a huge LLC at this point, YUGALABS, is really take their time to come out with their own token. They did this for a specific reason. They're really thinking aggregate in terms of Bored Ape Yacht Club and YUGALABS. So my idea of all this is that they probably ran this by actual financial institutions on how to create their own token, because right now there's a very gray area for creating your play to earn staking tokens. Not saying it's illegal or anything. For the longevity of everything, they just want to validate that everything on their checklist is going to be okay for the future. So we take a look at this article. YUGALABS is projecting net revenue of $455 million this year through virtual land sales. This will kick off this month. The plans include owning its own ape token, were outlined in a pitch deck obtained by The Block, which has been circulated to investors. According to the document, Yuga made a cool $127 million in net revenue last year, a figure that projects that it will reach over $455 million in this year. A lot of this is going to be through virtual land sales. This opens up even more room to possible other investing opportunities. Will they open up in Decentraland? Will they open up in the Sandbox? Will they create their own metaverse application? We will have to see. I really think it's probably going to be Sandbox or Decentraland. If we take a look at their land sales, Yuga's grand metaverse plan will kick off with the sale of virtual land in the form of NFTs, which will be linked to the plots in the metaverse game. See, they may even come out with their own game. These plots will contain distinct traits such as natural resources, artifacts, and in some cases rare characters. In total, 200,000 plots will be distributed across two sales in March and August this year. Yuga hopes to raise $178 million from each sale. The company will retain a portion of the virtual land for itself. Animoca Brands, a digital studio that's also building a racing game with Yuga, will be involved in this launch. Bored Ape Yacht Club teased a partnership with Animoca on March 11th. No details were revealed, but interested parties were invited to complete identity checks to learn more at a later date. Bored Ape Yacht Club said in a tweet that Animoca announcement had been in the works for 7 months. So this is something they've been doing behind the scenes. So all those people that are not true believers in projects, don't really see the longevity, those Bored Ape Yacht holders that sold, those Mutant Apes holders that sold, they paper-handed because they didn't really think Bored Apes might be going anywhere. With no offense, it's holding above a 50 ETH4 and above a 15 ETH4. I don't know how you don't think that this project's going to go anywhere, especially with all the capital they have. They're not some type of rug pull project, which is really amazing to see. The whole article just also goes on to talk about you guys had a busy start to the year, and then last week the company also announced that it had acquired the intellectual property rights of Cryptopunks and Meebits, 2 prize NFT collections from LARVALABS. Man, YUGALABS is dominating the NFT game right now. They have so many different outlets to create revenue and create more interest in these NFT projects, bring more eyes to the project, and honestly give back to their community. They are the definition of a blue chip NFT, providing that digital usage, that digital value, along with that physical real life value. It's really cool to see how well YUGALABS has been working. Even though they've been silent about all their moves, it really shows that they want to give back to their community, which is really insane and really kick ass. I also want to take a look at this. Is a leak. We're not entirely sure how true this is, but this is a tape leaked. It's unconfirmed, but this looks pretty accurate. This is a picture of using ApeCoin. Using ApeCoin will unify the currency between reality and real gameplay. This is probably what their ApeCoin is going to look like. And if we take a look at their next slide, this is a timeline, a rough timeline of 2021 Bored Ape Yacht Club and Mutant Ape Yacht Club, and pretty much the projection of everything they're going to do. So we had the Bored Ape versus Mutant game. In March, this is the announcement of their Ape token and Metaverse 1 through 100,000 land sale. This will be happening later this month and in August. In May, we have something called airdropping Kodos. Ape Fest also happening in June. August, the trial of Jimmy the Monkey, more Metaverse land that will be sold to the public. In September, we have something Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mecha Dog, monetization plan for Bored Ape Kennel Club, Ultimate Mecha Ape, and so on all the way towards the end of the year. They really have a lot in store for their investors. Once again, this is not confirmed. We don't know how true this is, but based on the timeline of this, it looks pretty accurate. Let's keep in mind we're in a bear market, so let's go take a look at all these collections before the announcement and after the announcement, and how their floor levels are doing compared to when this announcement was released. So let's take a look. Let's talk about OpenSea. If we take a look at the last 7 days, the top projects are now Cryptopunks Meebits, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and Mutant Ape Yacht Club. These projects have always been like the top 10 of NFT projects out there in the market. Now it's really crazy because YUGALABS, aka Bored Apes, are now the Thanos of the NFT market as an entire whole. Why is this so crazy, you're gonna ask? Well, now there's not really a whole lot of competition besides maybe Cool Cats, Doodles as like the two competing projects of blue chip NFTs now on OpenSea. We're gonna take a quick look at all these price ranges before and after the announcement. The most baffling thing about all this is that Bored Ape was once peaking at around 100 Ethereum floor, and then during this bear market, it honestly dipped all the way back down to 63 Ethereum. After this announcement, it is insane. If you are a whale and you held on to Bored Apes, or you just have a lot of money to play with, you were able to make some crazy gains, 20 plus Ethereum. What's also really interesting, if we take a look at the last 7 days, before the announcement, the average sale was around 74 Ethereum. Post announcement, we're sitting at around 105 ETH for average price for sales within the Bored Ape Yacht Club collection. This just goes to show how if you believe in a project, you really have diamond hands. Even when the market gets red, if you hold and believe in a team that you think will be giving back to you and really building upon their IP in the digital world as well as the physical world, it can benefit you. If you're a Bored Ape Yacht Club holder, I wish. Shout out to you, congratulations. It's really amazing to see how news and information travels in the space and how much that can affect a price of an NFT, stock, whatever it may be. It just goes to show that information is key in this, and also believing in the projects that you put your money to and the teams that are behind that. If we take a look at Mutant Apes, Mutant Apes are sitting at a 20 Ethereum floor. They've pumped higher before, we all know that. If we take a look at the last 7 days, they were sitting at an average of 16 Ethereum. Floor price for mutants were around 13 ETH. People get shook. People get nervous. The market's red. We're in a bear market. I might need to take profits. Does this company actually really care about me? Boom, they come out with the news. Now the average price is sitting around 21 Ethereum. If you believe in a project, it can benefit you. Really put your money to the projects that you believe in. Obviously, I don't think anyone here is playing around with $54,000, but if you are, I highly suggest getting behind YUGALABS, one of their 4 NFT collections now. Can't really say anything for CryptoPunks except for that they actually pumped after this announcement. If we take a look at Meebits, Meebits have been around since pretty much last year. They've had some pumps to like 12 ETH, 13 ETH, 12 ETH. The most recent spike was in February for 20 Ethereum, and then after that, they pretty much just like died back down. But if we take a look at the last 7 days, you can see they were all selling for around 4.2 Ethereum, pumped all the way to about 6, 7 after this announcement, and now they're consolidating back around an average of 5 ETH. Meebits are just pretty much 3D voxel characters that are used within the sandbox and other upcoming metaverse applications, hopefully. These have always held like somewhat of a floor, but this project has died over time as LARVALABS, who also owns Cryptopunks, never really provided longevity for this project. LARVALABS was not very good for building out their idea of what these NFT projects should be in the long term, and from that their investors really suffered because you're investing in a company that, honestly, no offense, is not really doing anything to give back to you. They're just taking your money and then hoping, just based off of historical value, that they're going to go up. Before the announcement of Bored Ape, these started pumping a little bit, and a lot of people were curious as to why the price of these were going up and why there was volume happening within the certain collection. But of course, we soon realized that Bored Ape actually acquired Meebits, which is crazy. In my eyes, it's both positive and negative because we now have a company that owns about 4 of the top ranked NFT projects pretty much in existence right now. If you're an investor in this, obviously you're very happy, you're ecstatic, you cannot wait to see what YUGALABS Bored Apes brings to the table for Meebits now. As an investor who wants to see competition and almost fair market tactics, what is this going to do for competing blue chips? Is it going to devalue them? Are they going to have to pick it up? Is one central LLC for NFTs going to have to acquire other projects? The closest comparison for something like this is honestly CloneX Artifact when Nike acquired them. But overall, I find it very interesting that YUGALABS has now bought out Meebits, so it's really cool to see that price action. What does this mean for the NFT ecosystem as a whole? What does this mean for OpenSea NFTs going forward? I think it's really interesting to see what's going to be happening, because before, you need to understand, we had Cryptopunks and Meebits. Honestly, I'm not going to count Meebits. We had Cryptopunks, which will always be, in my opinion, held highly valued due to their historical significance. They were once owned by LARVALABS. You also had Meebits, not necessarily worth as much as a Bored Ape or a Mutant Ape, but it was still considered a blue chip in the space. It was one of the first 3D voxeled NFT projects for the sandbox, other metaverses, etc. You have 2 blue chip NFTs that are owned by one entity, LARVALABS. And then you have YUGALABS over here, who owns Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Bored Ape Kennel Club. And now, after the acquisition of LARVALABS, you have one entity that owns 5 very good NFT blue chip collections. So as a whole, as a developer, as a founder of a project where you're really trying to set yourself in this space, you're really trying to set yourself apart in this space, you're trying to build the next blue chip project, you're now competing against one entity that has 5 of the blue chips of maybe, I want to say, the 7 to 12 blue chips out there in the market currently. So from the perspective of just business, fair market, fair practice, not even fair practice, but business as a whole, competition. You need to have competitiveness and competition within a market and ecosystem, or else the market won't work. This is good and bad. We're going to have to see what happens. It's very insane now because YUGALABS has a lot of money to play around with, to pull into other directions, to pull money, say, into Meebits now, into Cryptopunks. Overall, I really think these projects are only going to moon even more, especially since we really haven't even hit the peak or the start of the metaverse Web3 talk itself. Like, this narrative of like Web3 and metaverse is only being talked about by such a small percent of the population who truly understands it. And you're probably one of those people who understand what I'm talking about, understand and see the vision of like where this can go in the future, in the next decade. But we haven't even had some real players, some real ballers, or some normies hop into the space yet. So it's crazy to see the plays that are being made right now without pretty much the general population like being a part of what we're doing. To me, all this is crazy. It just makes me more and more bullish on NFTs. That's all I have for you guys in today's video. It's some crazy knowledge. There's some crazy shit happening right now, even in a bear market, which is insane. It is also crazy to see how much news and information can fluctuate the floor price, especially in a bear market. There's probably so many people selling off because of the bear market. They want to take profits. They don't know if it's going to go back up, especially, once again, there's world factors going on. There's interest rates being hiked up on Wednesday the 16th. Russia and Ukraine, there's inflation. There's so many other factors that play into this NFT digital world. It's insane to see what information does and how people react to when that is released and when certain announcements are announced. If you guys enjoyed this video, please follow me on Twitter so I can tell my parents that I actually talk to people and I don't sit in my room all day. I have friends, you know. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit me with a like, hit me with a sub button. Follow me on Twitter because all the alpha, everything I talk about hits there first. Everything on YouTube is just secondary. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Always do your own research. Don't ever dive into a project. Don't ever FOMO. Don't ride any of the shit off of your emotions because you will get burned. You're never going to want to take part in any of the shit again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's not getting late for me. It's 8 o'clock, but I need to edit. I need to do some stuff. I need to give back. You know. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys on Twitter. Peace.